Okay, so good morning, children. As you know, today is a very special day. It is Asara Betevet. It's the 10th day of the month of Tevet. And it's a day that we fast. Because on this day is a day when King Nebuchadnezzar sends his soldiers to come and surround Jerusalem. Jerusalem was built with the temple in the middle, the Bet Hamikdash in the middle, and surrounded by walls. Right. And he comes and he sends his soldiers, and they stand outside Jerusalem on the 10th day of the month of Tevet. And they surround it, and they can't get in. And they try very hard to get in. And for 2.5 years, they can't get in. But then 2.5 years later, on the 17th day of the month of Tammuz, they manage to break a hole in the wall, one of the walls around Jerusalem, and they get in through that entrance. And then 3 weeks later, on Tisha B'Av, they destroy the Bet Hamikdash. But today I want to tell us a happy story connected with the Bet Hamikdash and the temple and the walls, specifically the walls surrounding Jerusalem, because today is the day that the wall was surrounded. So in order to learn that, we're going to go all the way back to when the wall was first built. Hey guys, I'm Shlomo HaMelech. Baruch Hashem, my father, David HaMelech, King David. He got rid of all the enemies of the Jews. And now we're an independent country. And I'm the king over all the Jews. And Baruch Hashem, I'm very rich and very wealthy. And you know what? I want to build a Bet Hamikdash. That's what we Jewish people need to do. Since we came to the land of Israel so many years ago, we've only had the Mishkan. But now, Mishkan was like a traveling tent Bet HaMikdash, right? Now we're going to build a permanent house for Hashem. Hey, Jewish people, who wants to get involved and come help me build the temple? Who can donate? And children, everybody comes running. All the Jewish people come running. The rich princesses, they take off their crowns and they say, hey, Shlomo HaMelech, I want to give here are my gold, my diamond necklace, here, please take it to build the Bet HaMikdash for Hashem. And the rich princes would come and say, remember that the Jewish people had been living in Israel for many years. They got rid of all the enemies. King David had gotten rid of all the enemies. And now the Jewish people had a lot of wealthy Jews in the land of Israel. Hey, I want Shlomo HaMelech here. You can have my crown. Please use it to build the Bet HaMikdash. And everybody was so happy. And very quickly, the Bet HaMikdash gets built. Because Shlomo HaMelech has all the funds and all the money. And not only that, he starts to build the walls surrounding Jerusalem, with the exception of one wall. The Kotel Ha'Ma'aravi, the western wall. Sorry, Rebbe, you want to sit? In reality, while everyone was happy, one group of people weren't happy at all. And they came to Shlomo with a petition. They said, Shlomo HaMelech, please, you're the Jewish king ruling over the land of Israel, and all the Jews are so happy and we're so sad. Oh, goodness me, poor people, why are you sad? Because everybody contributed toward the building of the Bet HaMikdash, and we didn't do anything. We didn't have any money to give. We had no part in building a house for Hashem. Oh, that's okay. You know, you'll always be welcome to come. No, but we want to be part of it also. We want to ask you, there's still one more wall not built. The back wall behind the Bet HaMikdash, the Kotel Ha'Ma'aravi. Can we build that one, please? Oh, sure, if you want. And so, children, the poor people. Okay, 1 second. Boys, I am recording it. It's disturbing if you're talking. And if you don't like the puppet show, you don't have to stay, darling. Okay? You're very welcome to go back into class and read with Rebbe, all right? You can choose whatever you like. So the poor people, children, the back wall, the poor people built it. They decided they also wanted to get involved with the building. So, well, that's the front of the building. This is the back of the building. The poor people built the back wall. They didn't have any money, but they worked. They went and they dragged bricks and they dragged cement, and they built the back wall, the Kotel Ha'Ma'aravi. And they were so happy. And Hashem comes to Shlomo HaMelech in a nevuah, in a prophecy. And Hashem tells Shlomo HaMelech, I am so touched by what the Jewish people did, that they so wanted to build for me something for the Bet HaMikdash. I promise I will never destroy the Kotel HaMa'aravi. I will never destroy the western wall, the back wall. And the poor people were so happy. And they said, Shlomo HaMelech, thank you so much. We're so happy. Shlomo HaMelech said, oh, Baruch Hashem, I'm so happy. And children, the first Bet HaMikdash stood for 410 years. And after 410 years, the bad king Nebuchadnezzar comes with his armies on the 10th day of the month of Tevet, like I told you earlier. He surrounds Jerusalem. After 2.5 years, he breaks the wall. He goes inside and he destroys the first temple. And the Jewish people leave Israel. They go into Babylon with King Nebuchadnezzar. And eventually, Babylon gets under the Persian rule. And instead, now the Jews are under the Persian king, Achashverosh. Achashverosh marries who? Who does he marry? Queen who? Vashti. And after he kills Queen Vashti, who else does he marry? And after Queen Esther becomes queen, she saves the Jewish people and they come back to the land of Israel. And kids, they build the second Bet HaMikdash. Remember, the walls are still standing. And they come back and they build the second Bet HaMikdash on the exact same spot. And children, this time the Bet HaMikdash stands for 420 years. That's a long time. But at the end of it, kids, the Jewish people were fighting a lot and not agreeing what to do. And a very bad king comes this time. His name was Titus. Titus comes and says, I'm going to destroy the Bet HaMikdash. And not to go into the whole story, children, but the second Bet HaMikdash also gets destroyed. But not only does he destroy the Bet HaMikdash, he said, 1 minute, all these walls around the Bet HaMikdash, around Jerusalem, were so hard to get into Jerusalem because of them. I want them destroyed. And so he sends 4 generals. Each general had another job to destroy another wall. And the first general comes and says, sure, I'll destroy the first wall. No problem, I'm very strong. And he destroys the first wall and gets rid of it. And Titus is so happy. He says, great. Now the next general come. Destroy the second wall. The second one comes, sure, I'm going to destroy the second wall. And he destroys...
That's the back wall.
That's the back wall, you're right. He destroys the second wall. And he calls another general comes. And he destroys the
That's a police.
third... I know we're going to use a policeman. I didn't have enough soldiers. And general, there's no problem, king. I'll destroy the third wall. The only one still standing was the Kotel HaMa'aravi. The western wall, the one at the back. Who built this Kotel? Who remembers? Right. Remember Hashem promised he would never destroy it. Well, you know what happened? The last general came. He said, 1 minute. If I destroy this last wall, no one will ever know a Bet HaMikdash stood here. No one will even know that this place was special. In 100 years' time, everyone will have forgotten about how strong Titus is. He says, nope, I'm not going to destroy it. And when Titus came, Titus said, hey, why didn't you destroy the wall like I asked you? Because then no one will know how strong you are. No one will ever know that you destroyed such a mighty nation as the Jewish people. Oh, you know what? You're right. All right. I'm glad you didn't destroy the last wall. But as punishment, you have to climb to the top of the wall and jump down. And if you live, you live. And actually, the general didn't survive. But that's what history tells us. However, kids, the Western Wall survives. The Kotel HaMa'aravi. And all the Jewish people start to come. And they say, wow, we still have a Kotel. Let's daven to Hashem by the Kotel. And they start to daven. And everyday children, hundreds of Jews would gather by this wall. They said, there's no more Bet HaMikdash, but We still have the wall that surrounded the Bet HaMikdash. Hashem promised he would never destroy it, and here it is. We're so happy. And they came and they started davening. Well, children, the Romans ruling over Israel didn't like it. And they said, 1 minute, we got to do something. The Jews keep coming and keep davening to Hashem by the Kotel. They're still keeping the land sacred. Yeah, it's going to keep them as a separate nation. They're not going to become under us. They're going to feel that they're under God. And they might rebel one day. We have to stop them from praying by the Kotel. Oh, it's such a big wall. I don't have the resources to destroy such a big wall. Oh, don't worry, I have a better idea. Everyone who wants to get money for the garbage, we'll pay you money for your garbage. Now, people got very interested. They said, really? Oh, I'm a farmer. Oh, I always have so much garbage from my animals. And the general said, no problem. I'll pay you money for your garbage if you throw it by the western wall. And kids, what happens is that people start to throw garbage on the Kotel. Kids, a Jew is not allowed to pray to Hashem in a place that has a bad smell. If something smells bad, sorry, I should have prepared my scotch tape. If something smells bad, kids, you're not allowed to pray there. And as the Jews came to the Kotel, kids, they found that there was a terrible smell. And they begin to leave. They say, we can't pray here. And more, the Roman general at the time saw that it was working. Children, this happened quite a few centuries after the Bet HaMikdash was already destroyed. The Jewish people held on to the Kotel for many, many years. And the Romans had been ruling for many years, and they finally got fed up. So children, they covered the entire Kotel with garbage. And the Jewish people cannot pray there anymore. Not only that, the garbage becomes compact. So now it just looks like a mountain, like a muddy, smelly mountain. And nobody wanted to come near it. Years and years pass. And about 350 years ago, a Jew from Holland by the name of Yehuda. You remember from last year? Yehuda comes. He says, hey, when I was a kid, my daddy taught me that Hashem promised he would never destroy the temple. If Hashem made, not the temple, sorry, the Kotel, the wall around the temple. If Hashem made a promise, for sure, he'll keep it. Must still be standing somewhere in Israel. Woo! I'm a rich man. I've got lots of money. I'm coming to Israel to pray by the Kotel. And when he arrives in Israel, he sees an old Jew. He says, hey, old rabbi, where's the Kotel? Please, I want to pray by the Kotel. Oh, sonny, there's no Kotel here. I'm an old man. I've lived here many years. I don't know of any wall left from anything from the Bet HaMikdash. No, but Hashem promised he would not destroy the wall the poor people built. It must still stand. Hashem made a promise. Hashem keeps it. Oh, I don't know anything about that. I just know I've been living here all my life. And there is no wall. There's no Kotel. And he goes around and he asks all the old people who had been living there all their life. He was sure. He said, for sure, there has to be a Kotel somewhere. Oh, I'm sorry, sonny. I'm a very old lady. I've been living here such a long time. I've never seen the Kotel. I did hear about it. My great-great-great-grandfather used to tell me that he prayed there. Must have gotten destroyed, probably by a fire or something. No, it can't be. Hashem promised he would destroy it. It must exist somewhere. Oh, I don't know where it is. Even my old grandfather didn't know where it was. I am so sorry you came the whole way to pray by the Kotel. And children, he walks all around till he comes by this garbage heap, not far from it. And he sees an old Roman lady. And she comes. And she's carrying 2 bags of garbage. And they were so smelly. And he says, oh, little old lady, can I help you throw your garbage? There's a garbage heap over there. I can go help you throw it there. Oh, no. I want to go to that one, that big one over there. This one, see, I want to go over there. How are you traveling the whole way there? Aren't there any garbage heaps by your village? Oh no, that's a special garbage heap. What can be special about garbage? Oh, you don't understand. Under that garbage is buried the Kotel, the wall of the Jewish people. Years and years and years ago, the Roman general used to pay the Romans money for throwing garbage on the Kotel. Now nobody pays us anymore, but I still do it. I brought my garbage to throw it there. And he says, oh my goodness, there's a Kotel there. That's where the Kotel is. How am I going to remove all the garbage? And children, he was very brilliant. Yehuda takes all his money. Remember I told you he was rich? What did I do with the coins?
Hid it behind the garden.
Right. And Yehuda starts to every day. Sorry, no, we have to finish. No. He takes some gold coins and he takes them and he hides them inside the garbage. And when he walks, he starts, every person he meets, he says, hey, guess what? There's a treasure inside the garbage. I know there is. I'm telling you, there's money there. There's gold there. Oh, you sure? I'm a baker over here. I work really hard being a baker. Really difficult for me. I'd love to find the treasure. So come. Shh, don't tell too many people. But come. Come look in the garbage. And he tells everybody not to tell, but of course everybody tells. And everybody runs to come. And every few minutes, there's squeals of delight. Oh, yay! I found a gold coin in the garbage. It's true. There are coins in the garbage. And children, they keep on removing the garbage. And every time they remove the garbage, they find more and more coins. I think all my coins fell here. They find more and more coins. And
then all of the garbage was removed.
Right, till
and then he gets
all
the garbage there
the
again.
garbage
That
is
was
removed.
like
Right, children. Until children, all of a sudden, when they finished removing the garbage, it started to rain and pour for 3 days and for 3 nights. And you know what Hashem was doing? Hashem was cleaning it. And the garbage got completely cleaned. At least one side of the wall, the side that's on the Jewish section today. The other side still has all the mud over there. But one side of the wall gets uncovered. And it gets washed by the rain. And children, when they come out after 3 days, they say, 1 minute, we did uncover a treasure. The real treasure is the Kotel. And children, just like Hashem promised, he wouldn't destroy it. True enough, he didn't destroy it. How many of you have been to Israel? Who's been to Israel?
Me.
Who davened by the Kotel? Did anybody daven by the Kotel? Right. I'm sure your Abbas and your Imas were by the Kotel. Okay. Now, without talking, raise your right hand if you davened by the Kotel. And without talking, raise your left hand if your daddy or mommy davened at the Kotel. See, I see almost everybody's hands are there. Or your grandmother or somebody, right? Okay, you can put your hands down. So children, Asara Betevet, although it was the day when the soldiers surrounded Jerusalem, and it showed us that Hashem destroyed the temple and destroyed the Bet Hamikdash and destroyed the walls around it. The fact that Hashem kept his promise, and to this day, children, the Kotel is thousands of years old. It still stands because Hashem promised Shlomo HaMelech he would never destroy it. So children, just like Hashem kept that promise, Hashem is going to keep another promise. What's that other promise? To bring for us?
Mashiach.
And may it happen very speedily in our days. And remember that when Shlomo HaMelech built the Bet HaMikdash at first, it was supposed to be a house for Hashem, a place where the Jews can come and get close to Hashem and learn Torah. Well, children, even though we don't have the Bet HaMikdash today, it should come very speedily with the coming of Mashiach. Our houses and our bedrooms are like miniature little houses for Hashem. If we use our houses for a place to learn Torah and to keep the mitzvot. So may very speedily, Be'ezat Hashem, today should turn into a day of joy and happiness, of a day of rebuilding the Bet HaMikdash, a time when the Jewish people will be gathered again to the land of Israel with the coming of Mashiach.